Amos, how do you sum up Elkan's spell as a whole? Obviously, he's had some injuries, which has been a shame that sidelined him for a good first half of the season. Obviously, came back, then got injured again. Played 20 games in total in all competitions. How do you sum up as a whole, and what sort of positions did he play?
Yeah, it's been frustrating. On the whole, he's played part of the back four next to Ollie Casey. Elkan's played the left side centre back role, and when he's played, he's looked like a solid figure. I think maybe what Blackpool were lacking throughout the season in defence was, just consistency in terms of you look at the individuals who they could pick from, you think there's lots of good players where the defence should be better, but because of injuries and maybe, chopping and changing, especially, the left centre back and left back role, there was a bit of change there. Yeah, they were a bit leaky at the back. But yeah, when Elkan did play, he always looked good. He was impressive in the air, quite commanding. And I think, everyone quite liked what they saw. The issue was that frustration of he got injured early on. He played 45 minutes or something like that in the EFL Trophy game. You thought, right, here we go. This could be the moment he picks up. It's about November time. And, in training, he picks up another injury. And then, obviously, even in the second half of the season, he had a spell on the sidelines for another knock. So, yeah, it's maybe a case of what could have been. What we saw was good. And I think everyone liked. And Steve Bruce was certainly a fan. And picked him whenever he was available. Steve Bruce would pick him more often than not. But it's just that reliability and, the injuries he had.
What would you say the reaction of the fans have been? Are they liked him, and would they like him back permanently if possible?
Yeah, I think fans on the whole did like him and were always impressed when he played. Whether they're screaming out for him to return, it might just be down to that injury record where, maybe because he's not played as many games as everyone would have hoped, he may not getting the same praise that he perhaps deserves for the good things he did do. I think if you could guarantee Elkan Baggott could play 40-odd games next season, I think Blackpool fans would love to have him back. It's just that bit of uncertainty on whether, he can put his injury problems to one side. And some of those injuries were unfortunate, It's not like it was the same problem that kept reoccurring. It was different problems that he struggled with. So hopefully, whether he's at Blackpool, Ipswich or somewhere else, he can get a full season on his belt without having these battles.
Yeah, that's what we all hope because he's still a young defender, but now this is his fifth loan spell away from the club, and obviously he's out of contract this summer, but there's an option there. I think Town most likely may take that, and if they do, I'm sure a loan spell will be out again because obviously Town are dropping to the Championship, but we've got other defenders in front of him. But he's a left-sided centre back, which is not many of them really, if you think about it. So that's another big talking point. What's your gut feeling on Elkan, Amos? You've been covering him this season. Obviously, we don't know yet if he'll get that option at Town, but what do you think will happen with him?
Yeah, my guess would be, Ipswich would take that option just to, there's enough there maybe to have as long as possible to sort of analyse him and see whether or not he can get that bit of luck, that run, and getting the right team that maybe suits him. So, yeah, with young players, you want to give him as long as possible, don't you? And the small sample size, he's a really good defender, and, he probably can make that step up to the Championship at some point if he's able to get the right number of games under his belt. Steve Bruce, he liked all the loanees that he sort of recruited and mentioned, he would probably look at trying to get Elkan back among a couple of others. He was obviously a popular figure off the field. He won community champion for the work he's done off the field. He kept it quiet, but yeah, he was helping out. I think it was local food banks he was going down to and doing different things like that. So yeah, he seems like a really nice guy, and wish him the best of luck. Hopefully, if Blackpool were to get him back, he could be fully fit because he could really be part of a really strong back four.